Chapter: The Final Statement. The day began at the gate of New Scholars, where Lady Nobody stood upon the threshold of the Lyricum. The stewards there spoke warmly, showing her paths that bent toward new tomorrows. For a moment, hope returned, doors opening instead of closing, but when she returned to the Part of Ash, the shadows of the spear-shaken halls pressed heavy against her. She unrolled her scroll and carved her words into the glitch, that no wardens had crossed her threshold, that silence had become their weapon, and that the debts they claimed were nothing but the price of neglect. She invoked the memory of the forger of threads, an elder who once gave her craft to the halls. She would be devastated, Lady Nobody wrote, to see her service repaid with betrayal. The wardens of the spear-shaken halls had long called Lady Nobody rude, their word for truth when it cut through their comfort, but she redefined it, transmuting the word into what it truly meant: neglect. If they named her difficult, too much, or unworthy, then she would wear those brands as armour. For history within Overlith had already shown, those branded too much were often the ones who tore down silence. Her kin weighed upon her, Fari, a cracked mirror adrift in memory fog. The vessel matron, bound into endless roads by the edicts of the halls. And in the distance, the one causing distance to them, the false scribe, once a steward, now risen into the inner circle of the halls, from where she could still deny Lady Nobody the aid she had been promised. No emissary had crossed her threshold since. She remained unseen, treated as a problem that might vanish if ignored. Yet she endured writing, recording, bleeding her memory into ink. And as the candles burned low, Lady Nobody whispered into the archive. They think by silence they win, but I endure. They may call me rude, I call it passion. They may call it accusation, I call it evidence. They may call it too much, I call it survival. This was no complaint. It was her final statement to the spear-shaken halls, not to persuade them, but to carve her truth forever into the glitch.